Welcome to part 2. Now, we already know from eyewitness reports, insistent, persistent eyewitness reports have told us one thing about the assailants. The people who are causing this mayhem, murder, the people who are killing people. Eyewitnesses say they are Mungiki. Other eyewitnesses put it even more clearly. These people had dreadlocks and they had police uniform. Secondly, from the police statements, it is clear the police know who is causing these deaths, who is killing people. That's very clear from the police statements. Why? Because although they tell us they have no idea, although they tell us they're investigating, in the same breath they're telling us communities must live peacefully. Okay? So that points us to exactly what the motive is here. Now, this is very important to understand. Otherwise it's very easy to get lost in this chaos. Okay? Very important to understand. The reason for these killings, is to provoke. The whole idea is to provoke tribal animosity. Now, I need to say this for the sake of non-Kenyans, people living outside Kenya, and also the increasing number of brainwashed Kenyans, who start to believe everything they hear, even though they know their own country very well. Kenyans by nature are not tribal, or let me rephrase that. Even if they're tribal, in the sense that they might look down on another tribe, or they might prefer to speak to one of their own, etc., etc., Kenyans will not take that tribalism to violence. Nope. Ordinarily, they will not. And this is why various communities have been living together. Even when other communities provoke other communities, in the day-to-day interactions, by having some superiority complex, speaking their mother tongue in the presence of others who do not understand that language, etc., etc. Although those things go on, and although sometimes there are tensions, Kenyans do not resort to violence as a result of tribal tensions. It never happens. Okay? But the only time it happens is if one violence breaks out from one of the sides. Okay? Or it appears to break out from one of the sides. What do I mean? I mean that an outsider is introduced into the equation. Two communities are living peacefully. An outsider or outsiders are introduced into the equation. They come and attack one community. Okay? And they make it clear that the attack is tribal. So naturally, the community that has been attacked will retaliate. That's what's bound to happen. And so long after the people who instigated the whole thing, outsiders who came in, killed people and disappeared, vanished, long after they have vanished, what happens? They leave very high tensions between the two communities, living in the area, between the community from which the attackers are said to have come from and those victims. This is exactly what is happening. And as far as the identity of the attackers is concerned, one name and one name alone keeps on cropping up again and again and again. And that name is Mungiki. Now, before we even go deeper, it is worth noting another objective of these killings, random killings, is to intimidate. People are planning peaceful demonstrations. People are planning peaceful celebrations, based on whatever event is has happened, e.g. a Supreme Court ruling or something like that, And now, before that happens, or before the anticipated demonstrations or celebrations happens, there are these random killings. The whole idea is to completely neutralize any form of demonstration. Because naturally the focus of the people shifts to survival. They'll hardly have time to plan any demonstrations. The issue now becomes survival. Now, unfortunately, somebody somewhere has done some miscalculations, grave miscalculations. What do I mean? The vast majority of Kenyans, are past that place where they can be intimidated. Now, of course, what I'm referring to is what happened on Friday, when the NASA leader Raila Odinga was getting back into the country, what we saw from the public are people, youths, who are not really scared to die. Yeah? So if somebody has got nothing to lose, and if somebody is not scared of death, intimidating them is a tall order. Now this is not a good thing, because what it means is that the violence is going to escalate. Because obviously the people causing this violence, instigating it, are very serious. Yeah? And of course the other side are ready, you know, they're just saying, okay, fine, go for it. Yeah? Give us what you've got. Yeah? Now that is disaster. That's the thing about violence. Violence just provokes more violence and more violence and more violence. Oh boy. Anyway, catch you in the next episode, whereby we tie this in, we tie everything up, and I give you a conclusion, what to expect in the days to come. It's not good news at all, guys, but as I said, it's a long night, but it's a night that has to end. Yeah, one way or the other. This is Kshs Kumekucha.